Welcome to Texas, where we've had approximately 120,000 race fans through the gates to attend this year's US Grand Prix. They're excited, we're excited. I hope you're excited too. We have 10 turns to the left and 10 to the right here at the fantastic Circuit of the Americas. Overtaking opportunities into turn 1 and 12 at this anti-clockwise 3.6 mile track. And we should see average lap speeds of around 126 miles per hour.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Invictus F2 Division. It's Tuesday night, it's time for some F2 racing. My name is Webbo. I'm here to take you through the stream tonight, and a quick thank you to our sponsors. They are GT Omega and Alcohol, Driver61 and Gridfinder.com. Joining me in the comms box though for this 7th round of the F2 Championship is Lightning.
Hello everyone, great to be back here in F2 Division. So, Ben Roberts on pole position with a 31.9, only person in the 31s, followed by Russman in the Mclaren, Ivan Belov P3, Ginger Tiger P4, and Keza P5. Simon Palmer 6, followed by Kuipers, Joe Hamster, Eric Pancakes and Cool. Outside the top 10 we have Nitro, Tedeli, Office and Smoke, who couldn't set a time.
Yeah, now that's going to be arranged. That second row, I think, is going to be a very interesting first couple of laps, Lightning, because those guys are definite protagonists for the championship, and it's around this sort of time, round 7 of a 15-round championship, where people start thinking about the longer game.
Yeah, there's going to be a few people who are lower down in the championship who will want to take some more risks, try and get those points back on the board to get a late fight for the title, and those who already have a few points on the board, they want to protect their races at all costs, try not to DNF like we've seen in the past from some of our championship leaders.
Well, we've had a couple of predictions. I'm not sure if Marco was predicting the finishing order or the qualifying order there, but he said Ginger, Kuipers, Simon. Anybody else want to get their predictions in before the lights go out? Predict your podium, predict the person with the most penalties, how many safety cars, let's hope 0 like last night, and Rents, you can only have 3 drivers to pick for the podium tonight.
What are your predictions, Webber?
I've got a good feeling about Ginger Tiger tonight, so I'm going to say it'll be Ivan Belov, Ginger Tiger, and I think I'm going to go left field and say Joe Hamster.
Oh wow, interesting.
What about
Joe
you?
Hamster did get pole position in the first round, so he does have pace, but he's prone to some mistakes every now and again. I predict 2 safety cars,
Okay.
and Kuipers for the win, followed by Ginger and Ben Roberts.
Nice. Okay. Ivan says Ivan, Ben, and Smoke. So Smoke's a bit of a Joe's actually listening in, and he says he won't be P3.
Rate the optimism. Fair enough.
Burmeister, of course, says everyone with his setup. Brilliant.
Not biased at all.
Ivan says 3 safety cars. Any advance on 3 safety cars tonight? Man, I hope not, because it's a long lap round here around Kota.
Ivan's going to say 5 safety cars at some point, and we'll have to reset the lobby.
Right, exactly. So Joe Hump's saying we might have rain at the last 5 minutes or so. Now that is nightmare territory for guys on old worn tyres, particularly if you're running the medium to soft, but I guess a long stint on the mediums as well. And then it's not worth a pit stop either. Should be tasty right at the end here.
Mouth-watering prospect right there. Looking forward to that. I hope it comes true. Last lap, rain. Oh, beautiful.
Rents has decided Ivan, Ginger and Smoke. There you go.
Okay,
And
Joe, different predictions here.
Joe says 0 safety cars, so that almost guarantees that Joe is going to be the one that triggers a safety car, I would have thought by now.
The one that triggers the safety car is the one I go on board with.
That's true. And no one's paid you this week?
No,
in advance.
I'm still waiting.
Yeah, okay. So how many of Lightning's curses? That's another prediction we can offer. Smoke will be at the back of the field and is predicted by 2 of our viewers to reach the podium tonight. He's actually starting on soft tyres. We saw that work for a couple of drivers yesterday outside of the top 10. OfficRed and Tadeli on mediums at the back there, and Nitrogash is down in 11th. He also chose softs, and then obviously everyone on soft tyres from that hyper competitive qualifying session we saw in reverse order. Cool 132, Eric Pancakes and Joe Hamster were deposed back down to 8th and 9th. Kuipers in 7th, Simon Palmer in 6th. We know they're on the same setup, so they're not going to have much of a speed differential on the straight between each other. Keza in 5th, Ginger Tiger next, Ivan Beloff, Rusman and Ben Roberts. We'll start away from pole. Lots of pressure on that front row, and as Rents I think mentioned, there's going to be some hot heads and angry drivers behind the front row, desperate to get back into their rightful place at the top step.
Absolutely. Definitely some aggression on the first lap. It's quite easy to get into incidents, so you've got to have those people that pick and choose their battles. Maybe some Speed Queen material.
Definitely. We'd probably end up doing the Speed Queen award, I would have thought. But
good,
there's
yeah,
just about enough time for you to just exit the live chat for a second, press the thumbs up button and come straight back in again. And as we form up our grid, I must say a big thank you to GT Omega Nelcut Hall and our partners gridfinder.com and Driver61 for making tonight's racing possible. Do visit the affiliate links if you can find them on the website or on the socials, and you can follow us on socials at Invictus RL and at WebORed5. The links are at the top of the live chat. A very interesting, intriguing 28 laps around Kota set the scene for our 7th round in this F2 championship. Will Ginger Tiger hold on to the lead of that championship by the end of this race? The lights are on and we're almost underway. It's lights out and go, go, go away from the start. Ben Roberts and the other Aston Martin getting lightning starts there as he jumps up down the inside of Rusman. And you've got Ivan Beloff trying to go the long way round. Very, very dissuaded there by Ginger Tiger, who was his sole focus was on Ivan Beloff. He let Rusman slip back through.
Hectic start here at the back. Smoke going up the inside.
Out goes Simon Palmer.
Goodness me. There
That's
goes
exactly what we saw yesterday with Max. Simon Palmer spears off on lap 1 through the S's. It's just treacherous through there on the first lap.
And no damage as well, so just like Max's crash, as you said.
Well,
Smoke going for a move. Oh, double move possibly. Very, very close there to Nitro Gash.
Well, desperate times at the back of the grid. Looks like Simon Palmer back up to racing speed, as you mentioned. Ginger Tiger though will challenge for second place on Rusman. Gives a little squeeze in the braking zone. That's frowned upon there. Ginger Tiger need to leave the gap for the driver to brake, but he gets the job done, and it's Aston Martin 1-2 from McLaren's Rusman, and then an AlphaTauri 1-2, Ivan Beloff and Kuipers. Kuipers survived that first lap with the same setup that Simon Palmer was sent into the scenery. So Keza also up to 6th, and the Red Bulls both gaining, of course, from Simon Palmer's demotion down to the back of the grid. And it is Ben Roberts and Ginger Tiger, but Ben has pulled out a gap here because Ginger Tiger was fighting. Ivan Beloff looking competitive against Rusman as well.
Yeah, I was about to say, Rusman is looking really slow through the last 2 corners especially. Ivan was literally pushing him through. Smoke and Nitro battling, and Office going up the inside of Smoke there. So some interesting battles going down further the grid.
Yeah. Kez is close as well. Ivan Beloff couldn't be much closer to Rusman. We see accidents through the S's if you get too close, and again a little bit of a touch to remind Rusman, if he wasn't aware, that Ivan Beloff is there, and he's waiting for the long straight. He gets a good drive out of turn 11. Ginger Tiger back on terms with his teammate, almost into DRS zone. Ivan Beloff is 0.3 of a second behind Rusman. I'm not quite sure it'll be enough. It's within dive bomb territory, but do you want a dive bomb on these brand new tyres? Here he goes to the inside. Late braking, late apex as well. Rusman tries the switchback, but just slightly mistimed, and Ivan Belov up to P3, and we'll see what kind of speed the AlphaTauri leader has got underneath him tonight.
Eric Pancakes is looking for a move on Kuipers, as Kuipers is trying to retake his position on Keza.
Yeah, Keza got him, didn't he? And that means that presumably Kuipers was put offline.
Yeah, under pressure from Eric, so it must have been bad traction out of the next corner after the overtake. DRS enabled, Joe Hamster into the pits, he must have damage.
Yeah, on his way in then, so that's definitely not plan A at all. Ginger Tiger has made it up to 7 tenths behind his teammate. An interesting call for the team manager here from Aston Martin. I know you enjoy that engineer's name, so I won't talk about it. Otherwise, I'll be talking out of my crack. But Ginger Tiger is 5 tenths back from Ben Roberts now. And then a little bit of a gap opening up between the second to third, third to fourth places. Burmeister perhaps with the most savage comments so far, responding to Marco B, who was saying simply 90 should get the most penalties. Burmeister said Marco B with the most DNS. Which, that was fighting talk from Burt.
Oh wait, what happened? Ginger Tiger suddenly gaining.
Yeah, he's got his teammate.
I think that notice.
That was a tremendous slipstream
DRS
down the. Was it DRS? Not yet. I don't think.
It is enabled.
Okay.
But before, last I saw him, he was like 1.2 away.
Yeah,
so
exactly. So not so much of a difficult team manager talk. Ginger Tiger has made the decision for everybody. Ben Roberts presumably knows the championship situation going in, but you don't want to be too submissive to your teammate.
No. Especially when you've got pole position.
Here comes Keza up on the inside now. He's racing without a helmet. That's plainly illegal. But he's managed to get the job done on Rusman, who unfortunately, after showing some remarkable qualifying pace, is struggling out there on these early laps on the softs, or he's taking it really easy for a longer pit stop.
Well, if you're struggling on the softs and you pit early, it's like a guaranteed boost up into first place. As we saw in F1, the undercut is so overpowered.
Oh, it's massive,
if you spend 2 laps extra on the softs than your competitors near you, you're going to be done for the rest of the race.
Yeah, exactly. Some nice tasty battles starting up here again. Kuipers on Rusman. Is Ben Roberts going to get his teammate? Not quite. So Keza and Rusman and Kuipers, and behind them Eric Pancakes, Nitrogash, Cool and Smoke, all together in a line and biding their time. The medium runners have all ended up behind the soft runners. Joe Hamster and Simon Palmer both have pitted early, so yes, that didn't work out particularly well, but we will see Joe Hamster in particular here get the monster of all undercuts.
True, but he has to make up for that 7-second loss from changing his wing.
Yeah. It does seem like Simon Palmer had a very, very long pit stop.
That's just because of the
after that
spin
recovery.
as well.
Yeah.
Recovering spin.
You mentioned that you didn't think he'd suffered any form of damage, so interestingly that he chose to pit. I guess maybe he flat spotted the tyres, and he's presumably now committed to a 2-stopper.
He must have suffered some damage, but he just couldn't see any at all. But it must have been like the lightest damage on this game causes massive amounts of understeer. Smoke all over the back of Cool here, really struggling on his tyres is Cool. Will Smoke go up the inside of the left-hander? Yes, he does.
Oh,
you get the DRS?
I think he hung back for the DRS detection, yeah, so he's gone up the inside into turn 11 and presumably will get to press the button shortly. There he goes, so it will help him stretch away. Kuipers and Rusman back at it again. Kuipers, an easy DRS pass into turn 12.
Joe Hamster making the first mistake of of the race with a penalty.
Absolutely unfortunate. So the Aston Martins are now 2.3 and 2.7 seconds away from Ivan Beloff, who hasn't picked up the pace to the extent I was expecting him to here, but again might just be keeping some pace in hand, maybe holding on to some ERS, trying to treat the tyres as gently as possible.
One lap undercut, and he's going to be a second in front of the two Aston Martins.
And we know that they can't stop on the same lap. Yeah,
it's critical for these Aston Martins. They have to be ahead. Like, you're going to want to be ahead before the pit stops. So in the next 2 laps, Ben has to be ahead of Ginger and vice versa.
Yes, absolutely. So Ginger Tiger on lap 6 leads from Ben Roberts. Ivan Beloff in 3rd. Keza, then Kuipers, Rusman, Eric Pancakes, Nitrogas, Smoke and Cool, your top 10. Followed by Tadeli, OfficRed, Joe Hamster and Simon Palmer. Now I don't know whether the Alfa Romeos are going to hold on to that championship lead at this stage, down there in 10th and 12th. But they are on a split strategy, which is always smart for both for overall result, but also for Team Harmonix as well. Ben Roberts is 3/10 back, but I'm expecting more action in the midfield here, really. Rusman leading Eric Pancakes, Nitrogash, Smoke and Cool, all in a DRS train, all putting pressure on each other.
So close between these Aston Martins. Things you only get to see in a game. Aston Martin 1-2.
Yeah.
Ooh, very wide there for Ben Roberts. Hopefully he doesn't get a warning for his sake.
And for the sake of the race as well. We want there to be some sort of competition out front. Ivan Beloff is not dominating this as he has done before. Is that a...
Ginger Tiger just let Ben Roberts go past.
He just let him by. Interesting.
That's very interesting. Yeah. Could Ginger Tiger be backing off, saving some ERS, pitting this lap, letting Ben go one more, and then they both end out the same distance to each other, so it's fair.
Certainly possible. Certainly possible. Smoke is getting super close to the back of Nitrogash. He's going to have to crank that steering on more than usual. He's actually got grip to spare here on Nitrogash, and certainly not suffering any understeer. He's going to get the DRS again as well. He's timing these moves very well, and he's got the inside line on the way out of turn 11. Should get DRS now, at least to defend from the slipstream. Of course, yeah, Nitro getting it because he's also got Eric Pancakes, who is making a move on Rusman down into turn 12. Eric Pancakes taking the almost shortcut run, but they'll go side by side into turn 13. And if Eric can hang on and Rusman doesn't push him off the track as he's trying to do, he'll have the inside line for turn 15. No, Eric doesn't fancy that one. What is Smoke doing? Wow.
What a beautiful move there from Smoke.
Absolutely slipped one up the inside. He saw Eric Pancakes choose to go wide, and he didn't need a second invitation there. That
was really brilliant racecraft there from Smoke. That is the Speed Queen Award right there for the F2 division.
I don't know if Speed Queen watches other races.
Nah, maybe not. Doesn't need to.
No, indeed. Whoa. Nitrogas ran the outside into turn 1 on Eric Pancakes. This is an interesting move. There he goes, gets it done through turn 2 as well.
So Eric's going to be kicking himself.
He will, which is not easy in the cockpit of an F1 car.
No, it went from fighting up the inside for P6 now to P9 in just half a lap.
Yeah, Smoke is lining up Rusman now as well. He's looking like some very good moves, yeah.
7 places up. Not feeling 100% as well, so extra good. Oh, Joe Hamster, another mistake. Into the barrier, no front wing. Simon Palmer's going to get past him.
Oh dear. It's not going the Hamster way tonight, is it?
No.
Ren says Smoke just thought that Rusman was Joe Hamster, and that's why he went for it. But a retaliation for the Baku race. Potentially. Smoke was not impressed with that move we all loved.
I didn't see.
But he's got a highlight-worthy overtake of his own this week, Smoke, so hopefully that will live on. In comes Ben.
Ben Roberts, there you go. That is critical for Ben. He's gonna...
End of lap 7, interesting timing. The first driver to pit, Kez has come in as well.
Okay, well, Ginger Tiger, this has to be the outlap of his life. In-lap, sorry. Because Ben will make up immense amounts of time, unless he gets into traffic of OfficRed.
132 on a move onto Eric Pancakes, who is really struggling the end of this stint. Eric down into P8. Whoa, cool 132. Good save. Massive twitch on the way out of turn 3, but has held the car.
Risman has gotten a penalty, and Smoke is right on the back of Kuipers here, ready
Watch
for another
out for
move.
this midfield undercutting one another. That's going to be pretty big. If you can get out of this traffic situation, you're going to be in a great place. Rusman and Nitrogash found each other on track, the Mclaren pairing.
Yeah, Ben Roberts, if he doesn't get held up by OfficRed, which I think he's going to get a perfect DRS slingshot, his undercut is going to be worth around 2.5–3 seconds, I reckon.
Smoke gets Kuipers, so making it an 11th place gain at this stage. Of course, a couple of drivers have pitted, but tremendous climb up the grid for Smoke. That's got to be a very, very impressive first 9 laps from him in the Ferrari.
Now, what he mustn't do is do an overcut. He has to pit now.
Yeah.
Everybody has to pit now.
This is it.
Come on, Ginger. Oh no, he's not pitting. Ginger has thrown it away. He wasn't watching last race.
He wasn't watching last night. In comes Ivan Beloff as well, who got within a second of him. Smoke stays out as well. So does Kuipers. As you say, it probably would have paid these drivers to have paid a bit of attention to the pit stop situation. They wouldn't have had to listen to much of the coverage last night. Nitrogash gets Rusman on the way through here. We wouldn't have had to listen to much. We talked about the strategy mistakes over and over again yesterday.
Well, yesterday, I understand why the mistakes happened, because the undercut was so powerful. Eric Pancakes is out. That's a safety car.
Eric's out.
It is. Well, that has just saved Ginger, Smoke, and Kuipers' race. Who would have thought it?
Definitely. They have hung out until lap 10, and now they get the gift of the safety car free stop. There we go. First safety car, 1/3 distance, just over. Rents is equally confused. Yeah. Also recalling various strategy mistakes yesterday. Just, it pays to either do your research or to at least.
That's the safety car.
Yeah. There's the safety car for them. Of course, they will possibly lose some positions here if the drivers behind them decide to push the safety car delta to the extreme.
I believe that they'll. Let me try and do the math here. 20 seconds is the pit stop time. Ginger will still be behind his teammate.
Okay. Yeah. Let's look at that.
Yeah. And Smoke will be, I think, P9.
Well, yes, in comes both the McLaren pair together, of course. Didn't coordinate that one well. Rusman's now having to hang back. So the top 5 all pitting, top 6. Oh, in fact, there's Tedeli pitting off the mediums. That's going to be a long, soft stint.
If he goes on softs, is he going on softs or is he going on hards?
Ah, good point.
He's going on softs. He is going on the soft tyre.
Go figure that one out. Strategists extraordinaire. Ginger Tiger comes out in front of his teammate and then has to give up the place. Does he? No, he just braked very hard as he saw the safety car in the S's.
Wow.
Did you see Rent's comment there? He said, were you on board with Joe Hamster at the time, or just prior?
Was I? No, actually I was not. Oh. So I'm afraid that doesn't count as a lightning curse.
OfficRed declined the pit stop on 10 lap old mediums. Now he's going to be vulnerable, but he's got track position at this stage. A hard tyre run was an option for him. The hard tyres They're not terrible around Kota. Certainly far from brilliant, though.
They are, yeah. I mean, they won't overheat, so you can push them as much as possible. But if you do go over the boundaries, you'll spin.
So where does all that leave us in terms of track position? We've got 10 up for OfficRed, who hasn't pitted. Everyone else has pitted though. Smoke up in even 10 positions. Couldn't have been better for him, that safety car. And up 3, Ginger Tiger, the championship leader, with his teammate as a rear gunner. I'm sure he won't like that job title, but it is inescapable fact. Kuiper's the only driver to be where he started on the grid in P7. We've got 3 up for Nitrogash. 2 down. We've got 9 down for Rusman, who's had an absolute nightmare of a first stint here, but still plenty of time to rescue it. Simon Palmer and Joe Hamster were actually starting to get within range of being lapped prior to that safety car, so they can try and get themselves into the points by the end of this one. So what about penalties so far as well? 3 seconds each for Keza and Rusman. Joe Hamster he's at the back of the grid, almost lapped at one point, and has picked up 6 seconds of penalties as well. So I won't be predicting Joe Hamster for a podium again.
You did though.
I know.
Yeah. Well, still 16 laps left. Yeah, there's still a chance, isn't there? Haha, kidding. There isn't at all.
Let's say yes. To Delhi Pits again. So he's down now, but OfficRed still has decided to stay out. Now Simon Palmer, he put on those soft tyres. Now so to Delhi, and I think, who was it who put softs on?
I think it was just to Delhi. Simon
Right.
Palmer is on softs currently.
So Tedeli put the softs on and then went back to mediums,
Yeah,
which is fairly
because
sensible.
He knew he was going to be last anyway, so he might as well do the double stop. Back onto the mediums, which is a very good tyre.
Yeah.
Makes sense, and if there's another safety car, go on the softs. Our only Portuguese driver, Delhi.
Yes, they're not particularly well represented, Portugal, in league racing.
No. Very small country.
True.
Spain is surprisingly underrepresented.
Yes. Lots of weaving on the back straight here to generate tyre temperature. Is Portugal that much smaller than, like, England?
4 times smaller. England, wow. 3. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So safety car will come in. Thankfully, we're not going to be subject to the Bernd Mailander show for any much longer. It's lap 12 of 28. Ginger Tiger and Ben Roberts contrive their way to get to the front of this field and will hope to hold on to that front row. They'll be helped by the fact that OfficRed is still on old tyres, but Smoke, he's usually pretty good on the tyre heat-up phase here. He's on fresh mediums, perfectly positioned for the end of this race, and we know he's been very quick. Darrell says, are we expecting rain? Yes, we are expecting rain at the end of this race. Jordan less kind than I think most about Joe Hamster, so we'll try and see if he can get a Hamster fastest lap. But they go green now, and away they go. Away they go. Ginger Tiger leads. OfficRed actually staying with Ben Roberts quite handily here, and Smoke has actually got mirrors full of Ivan Beloff, who launches one down the inside. They rub wheels, more to do with the fact that Smoke turned in across Ivan Beloff in mid-corner, I think, there, than it was Ivan Beloff's fault. And now Keza looking to pounce on Smoke. I think the tyre warm-up phase didn't work out well for Smoke there, Lightning.
No, it didn't. Got caught napping there. Smoke, from his very, very good comeback from the back of the grid, had to regain his composure. Ivan Beloff is mega fast again, looking for that 3rd win in a row and 4th win of the season.
Yeah, but he's not going to have it easily this time, unlike when he was racing around Abu Dhabi. I've got Kuipers and Ivan Beloff on OfficRed, getting great traction on the newer tyres, and should get much better braking as well into the apex again. I don't like to see that squeeze into turn 12. Is that smoke going wrong?
No, that was Smoke going for like another move that he did before on Eric Pancakes into this corner here, but Office just kind of turned into him a little bit too much.
Well, in fairness, he probably wasn't expecting it. It looked like he came from a long way back.
It was a dive bomb, but it wasn't too far back, and obviously go a bit wide.
Okay. Back to intervals, because Ben Roberts is within DRS. Of course, they won't have DRS just yet. Simon Palmer, another penalty. And Smoke on the inside line against OfficRed here. Smoke takes a narrow line, but not too narrow. Completes the move comfortably through the mid corner, thanks to the additional tyre life and grip levels over OfficRed, who is we kind of expect this going backwards at this point on the old tyres. Tadeli gets a penalty. That's not going to help his two-stop strategy that he planned there, just to be on the right tyres. So any moves going on, or are the drivers just being patient? Is that Joe Hamster trying to make a move on Tadeli? Just moving around in his mirrors a little bit there.
I think that down the grid, everybody's making moves all the way from Office to Joe.
Comes Keza then, on Office, indeed, and I think Kuipers is going to follow him through. Oh, that got tight. And now he's offline. Nitrogash launches one on the inside of Kuipers. This is the problem. This is the old touring car situation. You go for a move and it doesn't work, you're then offline and everybody bullies up on you.
Oh, there's going to be a spin there for Kuipers, I thought, because touching that.
Oh, I don't know if he caught some damage there. He suddenly lost an awful lot of grip. He's offline, he's lost momentum. Oh, gets
hit a bit, and another hit.
Bit of a pinball. He is in that situation, gets hit from behind and then hits the car in front. So Kuipers won't thank anybody for that. Smoke with a new fastest lap.
Championship leader making up places into P6 now. He needs a bit more than that to retain his lead of the championship though.
I thought Ginger was leading the championship, no?
Wait. Is it the other way around? Now I'm confused. No, you're right. Ginger is leading by 2 points, followed by Nitro.
Oh, bit of debris going off the track. That's a Alfa Romeo championship leading Alfa Romeo, losing an end plate and then ending up in the wall. It's OfficRed down to the foot of the field, and a long way to go. He's only just past the first sector marker, and he's got a long way to drive to get back on into the pit lane. I've got Ivan Beloff here defending. Big, strong weave away from Smoke. And Smoke looks to be on the ascendancy at this stage, as is Ben Roberts on his teammate.
A huge battle here. Kuipers getting sent into Narnia there. Simon Palmer with wing damage. So Kuipers sends it back on Simon Palmer through this.
There he goes.
Yes, he does.
That's the nice little turn 15 inside move, but a switch back from Simon Palmer. Beautiful stuff.
He's got damage though. He's got damage, so he can't do much.
Oh yeah.
Kuipers got a penalty.
Was that contact? No, just he cut the apex.
Yeah, too much apex curve inside. Did a Verstappen.
Don't mention Verstappen, otherwise we get comments.
Oh, okay.
Don't take sides. Smoke P4 on Ivan Beloff then, trying to follow in his wheel tracks as they go through the multi-surfaced S section. Of course, this is a very, very bumpy track.
So now with 6 seconds of penalties, I think.
Yeah. Who's got
another yellow flag?
Oh, Joe Hamster! It's Joe Hamster retiring. Is that another? Is that another safety car? Oh, Joe.
What's new?
Honestly, it's
what is new? Oh.
It's a Red Bull race to rival the first of this season.
It certainly is. Yeah.
Well, lap 16 then we get our second safety car, unfortunately. So will the drivers decide that a 12-lap run on softs is looking attractive, I wonder? Or they decide to pit now, Lightning? What would you do in their place here?
Right now, I would stay out unless I was Simon and Russman. I would pit for another set of softs. They have 0-lap all softs, but might as well
in comes Ben. He sees his teammate stay out, so maybe he'd made the decision to do the opposite of his teammate here. So I think he's going to go onto soft tyres.
Why would you do that? He's going to be way back in the green. He's going to be P9.
It only works if everybody follows you in afterwards, doesn't it? But
well,
very few people did.
If you pull the trigger, it means other people will pull the trigger. I guarantee that if Ben had stayed out, no one else would have pit.
Yeah. So yeah, Joe Hamster just saying he spun and crashed out. I'm not quite sure what led to that. Burnister saying he would have gone onto softs here. But
yeah, that's fastest lap man talking. Oh, Ben Roberts got a penalty.
Oh, under the safety car. That's special.
It is special.
But he's put mediums on. Lightning, he's pitted and he's put mediums on. He's dropped all those places and he's got the slower tyre on.
Wow. Just wow.
And we'll be under safety car orders for at least one more lap. So it will be a 10-lap run to the finish when we are expecting rain at the end. Burmeister says softs are very good here. And Daryl says, is soft a good idea if the rain is coming? So I can see why someone would... Well, they do perform better in the wet, don't they, the softs?
Well, the softs will run out of grip after around 8 laps, but they'll still be better than 18-lap old mediums.
Facts.
Yeah, so I don't see why would he go for mediums?
Ben says, oh, he's actually listening. He says he's overheating the softs too much when he drives them, so struggling to manage the temperatures. Yeah, I mean, it's all about driving style, isn't it? So.
And tyre pressures, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's your order then. Ginger Tiger leads the championship and leads the race. However, Ivan Beloff and Smoke have just been given places on a potential podium here, with everyone on a similar age mediums behind them. We are expecting rain, remember, towards the end of this race. And if you are enjoying the coverage, and it looks like most of you are, leaving 94 comments at this stage of the race, do just hop out of the live chat and leave a little thumbs up. That'd be very kind. But a reminder to subscribe to the channel as well, because there is racing on this channel 4 days a week. I think there might even be 5 races over those 4 days a week that you can tune into. Tomorrow it's F3 and PC1, and on Thursday it is the Realistic Performance League, where you'll see a number of these drivers and the F1 drivers competing in realistic performance F1 cars, of course. But this is a real mixture. I can't remember if anyone was predicting Ginger, Ivan Beloff and Smoke for the podium. I'm sure they'll remind us if they did.
I will find out.
Okay.
Rolling up. Ginger... Oh, wait, no.
Just, you do need to stop trolling the drivers who've suffered DNFs.
Ivan, Ben, Smoke was one of the predictions.
Okay, it's possible, but we're looking for Ginger, Ivan and Smoke, really. Well, Ginger, Ivan thinks he's right.
Nah, Ivan, Ginger, Smoke here. That's very close.
It is.
By Renz. If Ivan gets past Ginger, Renz wins the predictions, which is
nice.
Pretty clever.
There's the 100th comment. That's from Daryl. Again, laying in the kicks on Joe while he's down. And he's not happy. So, just a reminder here that drivers are not in the best of moods when they DNF, and not to maybe keep pressing their buttons. But anyway, we're about to go green again because the safety car has announced it's on its way in with 10 laps to go. Ginger Tiger from Ivan Beloff, and we ride with Smoke, who I think is going to be the man most likely if he can warm these mediums up better than last time. So waiting for Ginger Tiger to launch one. He's going to have to operate the last stint of this race without his teammate nearby.
And look at his throttle application and see when he goes.
Just looking at Smoke, trying to keep temperature in the tyres, but also not braking too heavily. And Ivan Beloff off! Ivan Beloff has gone and spun around. He pressed. What's this restart about?
Well, that's Red's prediction.
He's left fireworks on the pit entry advertising hoarding there, taken off his front wing. That's game over pretty much for Ivan Beloff. He's going to have to go around and put a front wing on. But Ben Roberts up to P5 already. One of those places, of course, game back, but he gets past cool 132. And next target is Nitrogas, who wants to get back on that podium.
Oh, what a move by Kuipers, up the inside of Cool, through the S section, and he gets a penalty.
Ruins it. He's ruined it. Were you on board?
Yeah, I was.
So not only did you say how good he was, you were also on board.
Yeah.
So down the inside of Kuipers, tries to Delhi, but Kuipers much better on the brakes there, much more confident on the kart. And then Ben Roberts has a slipstream on the back of Nitrogas.
Ivan is on intermediates? What?
Okay, I guess he was hoping to be on the right tyre, but those are just going to get shredded. Nitrogas screws up turn 12. I think he was trying to avoid the car in front, Keza, who was slow towards the apex, and Ben Roberts back up to 4th. So it looks like that gamble, putting the mediums back on, is working for him. He knows what he's doing. We should leave him alone.
Yeah, no.
To Delhi into P8 on Simon Palmer, who drops back down past Rosman as well, down to P10. And it's getting confusing, but Ivan in the chat says Ivan Beloff is gambling on the tyres, but I mean, it's not even cloudy yet, really. There's no grey clouds out there. Into the pits comes Simon Palmer, I'm assuming to fix some damage.
Oh, it's raining, mate. It's actually raining.
No way.
It's raining as soon as you say it.
Yeah, of course it is. So I wonder what sort of state Ivan Beloff managed to stick those. I guess he's getting information from Jeff.
Nah,
but we were expecting the last 2 laps, but Ben Roberts, it's that horrible psychological rain right now. It's on your visor, but it's not really affecting the grip levels. So I wonder what Ivan Beloff is feeling like in that car at the moment.
Yellow flag, and Ivan is crashing. There you go. That's how he's feeling.
Great. That answers that question. Ben Roberts forces a defence from Keza and just walks on past him around the outside of turn 11. Tremendous move from Ben Roberts, but Keza coming back towards him here. Maybe Keza decided to let him go as he jumps down the inside. Ben Roberts slow into the corner to be quicker on the way out. Might try and get the inside line here, or the outside for the next corner. Drivers are creating their own lines here. Now, will the lack of a helmet be a positive or a negative for Keza in the rain?
Yellow flag. I think that
Ivan's gone into the pits. I think it's okay. Yeah. He's in the pits, so he's retired from this one. And what you were saying about him, oh, Smoke for the lead on Ginger Tiger round the outside.
Way. What a move!
Round the outside of the triple right-hander, Smoke completes the job into turn 19, and he's away.
Beautiful move there by Smoke. DRS enabled.
Strange weaving. Strange weaving going on. Yeah, why would they enable DRS with the rain falling like this?
Not enough. Not enough rain.
And look at Ben Roberts up to P4. Whoa! What was that? Who?
Was that Kuipers? Was that a glitch? It was Ivan Beloff's car. It came out of the pits.
Okay, and Ben Roberts skipping over a corner. I think the grip's gone from the cars.
Yeah, it's this lap. It's this lap. They have to pit all of them this lap.
Yeah, well, I think he suffered. He went off track, and he suddenly lost temperature in those mediums.
Yeah,
so here we go. This is the drama lap for everybody. This is what we were hoping for, but right at the end of the race, not this far from the end. Kuipers down the inside of Nitrogas. He's got confidence. It's those soft tyres, Lightning. They've got so much more grip than the mediums as the temperatures drop on track.
Cool is going to benefit so much from this. He might even get the lead here. He's on the intermediates.
But he's 21 seconds back from everybody.
It doesn't matter. He's going to be so much faster. There's half a lap to go, and he's only around 26 seconds away from the lead of the race.
Okay.
I think he's going to get the lead.
Well, we'll keep an eye on it. Smoke's loving these medium tyres in the wet conditions. He's put 2.3 seconds on Ginger Tiger. You think you want to get in the pits now, but you do think there might be a safety car soon.
No, he has to pit now. Absolutely has to.
Smoke's miles ahead. 3.2 seconds. Into the pits he comes. Everyone needs to be super careful of that final corner way in.
Oh no! I thought he was going to hit the... He got a 5-second penalty. I thought he was going to hit the wall.
Wow, so Smoke with a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Rusman has decided to stay out Lightning, I think, here. Intermediate's going on most of the drivers, but yeah, Rusman stayed out.
Smoke has to build a 5-second gap here.
Oh, that's a big ask. That's a really big ask.
How good is he in the wet weather conditions? OfficRed, no, Cool also pit. No, he didn't. Never mind. I'm lying. But he is P6, so he has been thrusted up the order. Net P5. Ben Roberts P10 because of the.
Oh, it's just turned the grid order completely on its head here.
Kuipers is spun. So much is going on. Ben Roberts had to double stack, so he is way off.
Kuiper's really struggling. He's still on the soft tyres, of course. Just can't do anything. Smoke gaining, of course, by a second a corner on Rusman, I think, here.
I think he'll catch him by the end of the lap. Oh, DNF for Kuipers.
And are we going to get the dreaded third safety car?
He's don't know.
Stranded into the S's. Let's see in the perspective of
Simon Palmer.
Yeah, he needs to be aware of the fact that there's a stopped car on track. Where is he? Oh, he's offline. That's good, at least.
I don't think there will be a safety car.
The lead at the front down to less than 5 seconds here, as Rusman is trying to keep the car on the island, not even thinking about speed at the moment.
Don't know why he set out.
No. And Joe just pointing out that the rain came when it was predicted to, but the race is not going as quickly as predicted because of the 2 safety cars we've had.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Rusman into the pits then. So Smoke gets the lead. Ginger Tiger can see him, but he's quite a distance. And
needs to be 5 seconds.
Yeah, so he's almost 5 seconds. Ginger Tiger really needs to pick up the pace. He's also got Keza right behind him, who has a penalty himself, but I don't think that'll stop Keza having a go on the championship leader, who of course has more to lose than Keza at this point. It is absolutely teeming down with rain.
Nitro! And I was on board, and he spun.
Wow. I wonder... Dare we suggest that this could end up being wet tyre condition? This is really
seriously pouring down, isn't
really
it?
bad, yeah. I know it's not a particularly high grip surface here in Austin, Texas. So drivers just trying to, get the car out of corners. That's the most challenging thing here, is getting the traction. As Ben Roberts is also locking up on the way into turn 12. Double front lockup, big switch move on the steering wheel, and loses all the progress to Rusman in front. Keza staying with Ginger Tiger, who is trying desperately to stay within 5 seconds of Smoke.
Yeah, but he's lost 4/10 this lap already. Smoke is doing everything he needs to do. It's going to be 5 seconds as he crosses the line, I reckon. No, it's before he crosses the line.
There it is.
And Keza is right in the back of Ginger Tiger. Could he pressure him into a mistake? Maybe get a 3-second penalty with himself.
Well, he's got 6 seconds of penalties, Keza and Tadelli has. So as Rents reminds us, Cool 132 is very close here. Suddenly lots of people joining us in the live stream. So you've joined us at a great time, but Keza, on the way out of turn 1. Little Spinella has to spin turn the car on the grass, and unfortunately the sting has gone out of his battle. Can he keep the car pointing the right direction? Whoa, struggling here. Ivan has joined us. Ivan Beloff, this is. But Lightning, there is no grip. This is treacherous conditions. I'm not sure I've seen it this wet for many a month in league racing.
This is given Simon Palmer some points after a terrible race from him.
Just riding with Ben Roberts, who is hanging on like he's riding a wild horse here. The car is just sliding around. Every input he makes, he's having to react to the opposite action. Simon Palmer, another penalty. Absolute props have to go to Cool 132 and to Ginger Tiger for not picking up a single track penalty here.
Don't jinx it. Tadeli nearly went off. Tadeli had a huge mistake there.
And
Cool
Cool's
goes up
got
the
him.
Inside.
Ivan,
He's going to get him on penalties anyway.
Flying crow at Ivan. He says he'd gamble for wets if he were at the back here now. Nothing to lose, everything to gain here, yeah. It is crazy. 4 laps of this torture still to go for the drivers as, well, the cameraman doesn't fails to wipe the camera down for us on the trackside camera between turns 19 and 20. Can't see a thing through that. Tadeli trying to stay here with Cool, but I think Cool has got a lot of speed in these wet conditions.
He really does. Could he be the one to spoil Smoke's party? I don't think he can do it in 3 laps, but you never know. No,
indeed, and it's all about how comfortable Smoke is driving to that delta. If he's pushing,
he might ruin Ginger's party for P2 then.
Oh, I think that one is fairly likely, honestly, but just depends how Cool's feeling. Is he feeling like this podium is very welcome and he'll happily settle for it, or is he just game for every extra place he can get? Ben Roberts goes wide, as we see from the perspective of Keza, who's on a comeback trail himself here.
I was just listening to OfficRed's throttle, and it's just blipping it. Not
really?
Putting it down at all, just blipping it until you find the traction.
almost cadence throttle. It sounds like.
I was thinking that.
So Smoke 5.5 seconds, and he needs 5 seconds of a gap. So it's still very close and within margin of error. Just one mistake, and that's easily half a second lost. Where's the next surprise going to come from in this race? Are the drivers, you think, starting to get used to the conditions, get used to the track, where there is grip, where there definitely isn't? Not well. Ben Roberts isn't. Well, he hasn't slowed down a bit here. He's just trying to find new lines off the race circuit. Fortunately, you'll get penalties for things like that. Keza does exactly that. And OfficRed has a massive traction moment. Lets Rusman get by comfortably. And Rusman now has a bit of clear track in front of him. The spray is really a big factor on the drivers here. Rent says Cool is catching Ginger Tiger. He is. He's within 2 seconds, but there's only 2 laps to go. So he can pile the pressure on, but I don't think he's got the kind of overspeed without DRS he needs to make a pass on merit as he crests the famous hill here in...
Simon Palmer's on wets.
Oh, he has gone for them. Okay, well, he's 26 seconds off the next driver in front. We'll see how much of a difference that makes. But I think that might be a lap or two too late to make that decision.
Possibility. I'll keep an eye on the sector times, but 35 seconds back, not going to...
OfficRed is struggling in a big way. I think he's overheated the rears and he can't get out of corners safely. Ben Roberts is now going to try and make an overtake on the inside line. The wettest part of the circuit into turn 12. Does it well, and Office struggling on traction once again. Just cannot get the car out of the corners. Fascinating stuff down here in the battle for 6th, currently led by Ben Roberts. This weather is something else. This is the precursor to a hurricane kind of weather, this, in Texas. If we had our mutual friend Branch here, he could tell us if it ever rains like this.
They were joking in the chat about monsoon weather. Well, you're not going to be joking anymore.
No, no, indeed. Wow, 150 comments. You're obviously all enjoying this one. No end. Keza gaining on OfficRed. Now the gaps have opened up a little bit. The penultimate lap has begun for the leader, Smoke. 5.8 seconds his gap. Now make it 6 clear seconds as they try. Smoke tries to stay in front of Ginger Tiger. Just needs to rein in his desire to gain extra time. Just try and hold the speed of the car. Or maybe it's just better just to drive at your own capability and ignore what everyone else is doing. Joe Hamster says Simon is actually slower on the wets, which I can't believe given the amount of rain falling.
Uh-oh, yellow flag, Simon Palmer's in the pits, I think.
Is he in the pits or is he outside?
He spun on the exit of, just like Smoke did in the qualifying session. Not sure what Simon's playing at now. Trying to get the car back into...
Well, it's the amount of grip he's got on those wets. It's good donut practice.
It really is. Oh wow, it's like between wets and intermediates. If you could have a tyre that's mixed between those two.
A wintermediate?
There you go. Just for the snow time, winter.
Yeah, and Joe says it's not quite wet pace, obviously, but yeah, hard to see how it could be wetter, honestly. How would the game code something wetter than this? Rivers? I'm not quite sure. Ben Roberts is in 6th place and he's trying here to get Rusman. They're all on equal penalties there, and like I say, not only are Ginger Tiger and Cool up in 2nd and 3rd places, but they're also doing it without picking up a track penalty this whole race. The final lap has begun for Smoke. He is 6.1 seconds in front of the 2nd place driver, Ginger Tiger.
Oh, Keza and OfficRed battling there. Keza just went up a spot. Nitro Gash, as soon as I go on board, he's on the grass there.
He won't thank you. So Ben Roberts, I wonder if he'll try a move here into turn 11 or 12. Very close. Wants the points for the team.
Just sliding his way out of that.
He spent more time sideways than going in a straight line, Ben Roberts, since the rain began. It's working for him.
He's been making positions. He's been doing very well.
So it's definitely working for him. It's just his style in the rain, I suppose. Again, struggling for visibility with the trackside camera. But Smoke is in the final sector. Simon Palmer might end up getting lapped. He's in the pits.
He's going for softs.
Well, he's going to get lapped, but he'd be lapped too late, I think, for a run on the softs. But anyway, here we go. Smoke coming through the last corner. Smoke dominant in the wet.
Wow.
Brilliant performance and wins in COTA, the Austin, Texas Grand Prix. Smoke wins by 2.2 seconds in the end, even including the penalty. Ginger Tiger, championship leader going in, probably championship leader coming out in P2, and then Cool 132 in 3rd. Tadelli crosses the line in 4th. Great performance really there from Tadelli. Rusman in 5th. We've got, who else? Ben Roberts only got 6th in the end, unfortunately 5 places down from where he started. Tadelli gained 8, but Smoke with 13 places up. OfficRed 6 up. Keza in 8th place, down 3. Nitrogash in 9th place gets 2 places up, and Simon Palmer is going to make us all wait for him to try and make it through the puddles in soft tyres.
I think the time remaining will run out first.
Well, stick around. Obviously, in the live chat, we'll try and speak to our podium sitters, Smoke, Ginger, and Cool. If you've got any questions, any clean and respectful questions, I should state, for our podium runners, please fire them into the live chat once they're assembled. Yeah, we'll have to wait for Simon Palmer's soft lap experiment to finish. Unfortunately, he's made it into turn 11. He's just about made it out of turn 11. We've actually got Smoke, who's joined us already. He's obviously very keen for a chat. We haven't actually got our driver of the day notification yet, but let's start the interview anyway, and we'll just have to pause it for Lightning to do the standings once we get them. But Smoke, congratulations, GGs. Congratulations, GGs. You were peerless in that wet condition.
Yeah, I'm assuming everybody went for solid dry setup.
And you didn't?
To be fair, that was my dry setup, but it's favoured towards downforce. So when I noticed that it was going to rain, I thought, I could be in with a shot with half decent points. I was thinking no higher than P5, but I don't know what happened.
Well, we also loved one of your overtakes tonight. Ran the outside through the exit of turn 18 and completed it into 19. Fabulous stuff there.
Oh, thank you very much. I don't even know who, if I'm honest.
And that other fantastic overtake up the inside of the double left-hander. By the way, Ginger, if you could mute real quick because of the background noise, that'd be very kind of you, thank you.
Yeah, Simon is going to keep us waiting as long as possible here, but Smoke, oh, there we go, finally he's retired from the session. We will just checking out whether there's any other questions coming for you, but I'm sure you'll be very happy with the win tonight.
Oh, I'm ecstatic after last week. Yeah.
So the only problem there was the entry into the pit lane.
Yeah, I was sideways twice.
Wow.
Somehow didn't put it in the wall.
So you're looking for style points as well as the win tonight.
Yeah, can block heat heart out.
So Smoke going for some hooning points here and secures P1. So that's got to be good to get your championship back on track.
I'd like to think so, but we'll see.
Congratulations. Well, we'll just read through the finishing order, Lightning, and then we'll talk to Ginger Tiger shortly.
Indeed, it's still loading for me. So, Smoke with the win from last on the grid and the fastest lap. So, fantastic performance from him. Followed by Ginger Tiger, our championship leader, extending his lead in P2. Then Cool in the Alfa Romeo at P3. Tadeli P4. Russman, Ben Roberts, OfficRed, Keza, Nitro Gash, and Simon Palmer finish out the top 10. Kuipers P11 was fighting in the top part for the first part of the race. Ivan Belov P12, Joe Hamser and Eric Pancakes round off the grid.